We are live.
What's going, everybody? What's going, everybody? Look, I ain't had my coffee yet. What's going on? What's going, everybody? Yo, what's going on? I'm Arya the King.
I'm Big G, bigger than one.
Yo, this is the Geek Salad Podcast, man. We back off hiatus, ready to give y'all what y'all need, the stuff that y'all need to hear about here. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things. G, what we got on the agenda, bro?
Oh man, we got so much and more for y'all, man. We want to talk about the genius let God sort them out. It's more than just a good album. It's more than that, which we're going to get into. We also want to talk about why is pleasure toys, I'll save it for later on in the show, being thrown out the WNBA games and the double standard for that as well. We're going to talk about Ari Lennox. Apparently, she can't seem to take a joke. That's bubbling up out there. And Cameron has the last laugh with Omar, who is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother. That whole scheme right there is crazy, and much more, man. But first of all, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, is your mic? Is it something on your mic? Like, is your mic on? Because I hear like some static or something on the mic.
Hold up, it's on. Is it still staticky on your end?
Just a little bit, man. It might be because I'm using these earbuds.
Okay. All right. Let me just unplug it real quick. All right, mic is plugged back in. It's still.
You know what? When you unplugged it, nothing changed. Like, keep talking as you unplug it.
So that can you still hear me now?
I can stay. It's the same.
Because
You know what?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me at all. Oh,
I can't. You know what? Let me try this, man. Let me try this. Oh, you know what? I think let's see what happened here. Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
There we go.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. There we go. My bad, y'all. Back in the saddle. Audio is fine here. We good to go, man.
Word
up. Yeah, man. Word. So, fuck it, man. Let's get into it. Well, I'm sorry. How you been, man? How you been?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. Just coming off of a 3-day fast. That's like been my new thing, like fasting.
Right.
And yo, the results is good. You know what the funny thing about fasting, because I had never fasted for more than like a day before. But the funny thing about fasting multiple days, the first day you be like kind of hungry, obviously because you're not eating. But something about day 2, like your body just switches over to burning fat as a fuel, and like you get this clarity, bro. Like it's I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you get this mental clarity. I love it. But also like chicken. So I'm gonna be eating chicken and I'm fasting sometimes, but then eating chicken. It's a whole thing, man. But I've been doing good, bro. I've been doing good. Business is doing good. Looking to do different business ventures and whatnot. Good, what about you? How you doing, bro?
Got me a new job with
congrats.
I won't say which one, but I'm not working at no call center. I'm now a part of executive decisioning now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put a little bit of respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, things is good. Daughter's about to, move into college into her dorm, so we're getting ready for that move right there next week. Then we got Chris Brown the week after. About to see him flying around the fucking stadium like a goddamn Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming up. But yeah, man. Beyond that, dog. On the side note, I have just been enjoying the plethora, word of the day, by the way, of some of the best music and hip hop we have had in some years, and it's been like consecutive, which we'll get into later on. But I think that, my friend, is the perfect segue to our first topic. And let God sort them out. Let God sort them out. By the CLIPSE. Man, my goodness, man. My goodness.
Listen. First of all, album of the year. Wait,
I
hope to
go ahead, album of the year or hip hop album of the year?
For me, album of the year.
Okay.
For me, album of the year. I don't think it's going to win album of the year at the Grammys because that's all genres.
Right.
100% definitely hip hop album of the year. I
Mm.
hope that the Grammy, because it's not all about Grammys, man, but I really feel that this would be like the perfect icing on the cake, you know, the cherry on top for
Right.
this album.
Yeah.
Immaculate rollout album that not only met expectations, exceeded expectations. I would hope that they could get the Grammy for this. The only thing that I
Mm.
think could stop them from getting the Grammy for this is just the fact that Kendrick Lamar dropped the album that's going to be considered in this Grammy year because it came out like November last year. That's going to be into this year as well. That's like the start of the year for like Grammy consideration.
I'm
What
sorry, man.
it's the
Can you say
start
that
of
point?
the next year.
Say that
So
point
like
one
the
more
Grammy.
time because the screen froze up on you.
Okay, yeah. So GNX, I want to say it came out November last year,
Yep.
and that's like the start of Grammy consideration for the following year. So I think it
Mm-hmm.
goes from November to November. So that's really probably only competition. If they give it to Kendrick, it's just because of the name.
Right.
It ain't because of the album. Because this Let God Sort Them Out is better than GNX.
I
Even
agree.
though even though I like GNX, GNX is
Oh
cool,
yeah. Yeah.
but it ain't Let God Sort Them Out, bro.
Yeah.
This is a masterpiece
Mm.
of hip hop. It's
Okay.
like I I struggle to think of an album that I've enjoyed more over the past 5 years. I struggle to think of an album
Hmm.
I've enjoyed
Hmm.
more than this album. What about you?
Okay.
What you think, man?
It's funny because I'm thinking about doing a video for our YouTube that kind of discusses the same thing as far as what has been some of the best hip hop albums over the past, let's say, 5 years. Right? It's 2025, so I can count that. But this year specifically, man, it's been it's been a consistent year for hip hop. We've had some great albums. I want to start with Two Chains and Larry June with The Alchemist. Great album. And by the way, I think Two Chains should do his own album with Al,
The
and that'll be
Alchemist.
sick.
Yeah.
On top of that, we got Alchemist again with Freddie Gibbs, dope ass album. It's hard as hell. Recently, Jid just dropped his album God Does Like Love
Second
Ugly.
favorite album of the year for me.
Whew,
That's my number two album this
so
year, bro.
good, man. But what I always come back to is let God sort them out. It's just, it's now. I'm not sure if it's nostalgia because that does play a role into it. If you're
Yeah,
a
that's
Clips
part
fan,
of it. But
you know,
that's fair. That's
yeah.
definitely fair.
But also for us, these guys is from around the way. They're like the hometown heroes in a sense. But it's funny because, you know, the Clips had to get popping in New York first before it got popular back in Virginia, back home. But that's
Which is crazy. Let me just say this real quick, and then
Mhm.
I'll throw it back to you. That it is something unique
Pause.
about living in Virginia. Good catch. Pause. Uh, it's something unique about living in Virginia, especially in the '90s, because
Hmm.
everything was. We talking about hip hop and hip hop culture. Everything was coming from New York. Everything was coming from New York. Some of it was coming
Exactly.
from LA too.
Hmm.
Obviously, this hip hop started in New York. But if you wanted to break out in the hip hop space, you had to be able to cut it in New York. So in Virginia, we out here, we like the start of the South.
Yep.
We have mild winters. Why was we in the '90s walk around with triple fat gooses and
You
Averexes
need that, right?
and Timberlands like we got sub-zero temperatures, bro.
Hmm.
It'll be 50 degrees in the summertime. Niggas are sweating, but we still
Yeah.
got our Timbs on and I have heavy leather jackets on. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
New York just really influenced us. So for them to have to break out in New York first is just par for the course for living in Virginia because people make it from here and then they end up like going other places, unfortunately. Because
Exactly.
Virginia is for lovers, but Virginia is also for haters. A lot of haters out here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A lot of love
Yeah.
out here, but it's also a lot of haters. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'll say this, right? I think it's a combination of a few things that really brought this album across through so many generational lines, conversations, and just the overall look at music. For one, can't say nothing more greater than the type of rollout they had. They spoke with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Well, almost everybody, but
Just the
they
Michael
made
Jordan of rollouts.
oh right.
Is
And
it? Hold up. Is this the greatest rollout of all time? I don't even think that's a stretch to
I
say
can't
this is the
say that
greatest
because I do
rollout for an album. Go ahead.
not quite because remember
Okay.
when one of the better rollouts has been the whole Kanye versus 50 Cent thing when it was late registration, I want to say, versus 50 Cent's second or third album, I want to say. And
It was, yeah, 52nd
of
album.
course,
Yeah.
they played it up, you know what I'm saying? But that was a great rollout. Jay-Z's Black album, great, that was supposed to be his last album. You know what I'm saying? So you can't,
Yeah.
and then that came out with the movie, big tour, CLIPSE, all that shit, right? But I mean, there has been some great ones, but this one in particular, because it hasn't been done in so long this way, where they're on YouTube, they're on talk shows, they're speaking to news channel. Like it's something when you have a news channel, that talks about the local news, whatever, and they're talking to the clips. It's like the two don't really correlate. You know what I'm saying? And then we get the music. You can't tell me if you are just a casual fan of beats and rhymes that this album doesn't cut through all of the noise which it has. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
now I will say this, and I want to hear your part right now. Some people speculate that because they spoke with everybody, they couldn't really criticize the album. So every time we're seeing a lot of reactors online talking about this album, and a lot of them are like overglazing. They're doing, oh my God, this is the best album of all time, or doing this right. They're like, God, oh, it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a lot of that, but do you think it's overreacting because everybody else is talking about the album? Or do you really think that this album is truly like the best representation right now of just at the bare minimum beats and rhymes?
This is the best rap. I want to be careful with the way I say this because I don't like being a prisoner of the moment. I try to keep it, I try to be even Steven. You know what I'm saying? Try to be objective or whatever. This is one of the easily top 5 group albums ever in the realm of hip hop. We talking about group albums, so
Okay.
group 2 or more.
Right.
This is top 5, easily top 5. It's
Okay.
not. It's not even. I wouldn't even call it glazing. I think it's really just because they're artists who think about it like this. I mean, the Clips are a legendary hip hop group,
Right.
but come on, the age that we live in is more so about following. It's more so about hype. It's more so about clout than it is actually substance, talent, and reliability.
Mhm.
The Clips are a throwback to a time where you had to be good to get a record deal, and you had to be great to put yourself in a position where you could get the beats, get the
Mhm.
marketing, get
Mhm.
everything that you need to do to put together a classic album.
Right.
And they are that. It's like I've been waiting for this hip hop. It's so rare that you anticipate something and then it lives up to the hype. Now
Yes.
we've seen that a lot going to
Oh
the
yeah.
movies as
Mhm.
fans of comics, as fans of superhero movies and everything.
Mhm.
Hype for a movie, and you get to the movie and you see it, and you just go, "Ah, that was all right." It was
Exactly.
cool. It was
It's cool. Right.
entertaining,
Right.
but so often you're let down when the hype is up here. This
Mhm.
it's to the point where my only gripe against the album, and I had to think about this and I had to check myself.
Mhm.
My only gripe was it wasn't perfect.
Okay, that's a
Like seriously, bro.
high
Like I
bar,
was thinking
man.
to myself, like, okay, obviously I like this song. I like this song. I like this
Yeah.
about the album. I like that about the album. But my only gripe was it's not perfect. My only gripe was Pharrell's production on it. I would give it an A plus and not an A plus plus plus.
Okay.
Like I had to check myself, like, yo, nigga, you realize the one thing that you were kind of complaining about. I never even said this to nobody because it probably wouldn't have made sense. But I was just like, yo, the only thing wrong with this album is the production wasn't literally like God
God
got
sent.
on the MPC
Right.
and handed it down from the heavens. Like, that was the only gripe, bro.
Yeah.
Pharrell was in his bag in this album.
Mm-hmm.
Push, one of the best lyricists of all time,
Sure.
was in his bag in this album, and
Yes.
Malice outshines him on most of the songs,
which is crazy.
It's
Yes, sir.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
If Push is like a 95 lyricism, Malice would be like 97, 98 on most of the tracks on the song. I'm like,
Yes, sir.
this is a damn near perfect album, bro.
Mhm.
And I felt that way after listening to it for like the first week. But I ain't want to say it because you know how it is. It's like a recency bias
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
if it's great and you got it now, you ready to anoint it this and anoint it that. So now
Mhm.
that I got to sit with it for like a month, bro, it's one of the best albums I've heard easily within the last 5 years.
Right.
And I will say it's top 5 group rap albums of all time.
Okay.
Easily.
I will have to sit down with the best group album of all time. But because we gotta think about the Wu-Tang, we gotta think about Mobb Deep, we gotta think about Outkast.
Yes.
Outkast
Sure.
already got like damn near 3 albums, best group albums of all time, just in their discography.
They're gonna be in the
saying?
top 5 multiple times.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So you can't really, then you got my personal favorites. You got like A-Ball, MJG, UGK, Ghetto Boys. It's like I'm telling you, I'm gonna do a comprehensive video about this album, how it compares to others in the past, but really how this year this album is like making a dent in like the zeitgeist of music. You know what I'm saying? Also too, what I've noticed, like looking at the clips, Instagram pages, whatever, I'm seeing like kids, but their parents, or like even fucking teenagers, like, yo, this is my favorite group of all time. And I'm like, you wasn't even born when Hell Have No Fury came out. You know what I'm saying? Or matter of fact, you were just conceived, you was just out of the womb when the album came out. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, man, it's just amazing to see that people are really liking this album. And like, saying like even now, I'm playing new music, just to kind of like get me a break from the clips, but I always find myself coming back to the clips though. And that's a sign of like, yo, this is a great body of work, which is what we don't get anymore. We don't get a concise album of songs where they all sound great together. It don't sound like niggas was up in the studio just making songs and like, you know what, this do it on an album. Don't matter what order, don't matter how it sounds. It's just put it up there. Let's just get it up there for streaming, pretty much, right? Yeah. It feels like these guys took their time to really craft something special. And by the way, before I pass the mic back to you, man, I think it's safe to say that Pharrell is like the unofficial, official third member of the Clipse, because without Pharrell on this album, some people criticize the beats. I don't know what the fuck they smoking, but this nigga Pharrell went into a different bag in the shit though, dog. Like he
nasty.
He dug, dog. Like like let me ask you, man. What's the hardest song on the album? Not the best song, but just the hardest
song. Hard. Okay, so when you say hardest song, like what you mean? Because you say not the best, but like hardest.
So all right. So best song could be like like, hey, this is this song encompasses everything, you know, melodies, concept, rhyming, beats, whatever, right? The hardest song to me is the song that comes on and you're automatically nodding your head. You get the mean face just stuck on the entire song. You know what I'm saying? You know, that feeling from a song being hard.
It's probably it might be. Damn, it's so many to choose from. And look, I'm actively looking at a listing of the album songs, and this just speaks to like how dope this album is, because that it could be a bunch of different. I'm thinking might go back to listen to a hard song is probably FICO with Stove God. It's
Okay.
probably FICO.
I was, you know what? I kind of thought you was going to say that, right? Because it's mine as well. But what's even more impressive, going online, I'm seeing, you know, people react to the song like, yo, it's a the rhyming in an external internal rhyme. I never even heard of that shit until the song came out. Like battle rappers was like, yo, y'all don't understand how hard it is to rhyme like that all throughout the song. And then on top of that, you have Malice doing the same damn thing, but different, you know, different sounds of the words that he's using throughout the entire song. So I give respect for not even knowing about it, learning about it. But shit, man, you can't deny that. And even though I wish Stove God had an actual
A
verse.
verse. I was thinking he was when I found out the features on the album. I thought he was gonna have a verse because this is like his bag, like you know the whole drug rap thing. But I mean, the hook he's great on the hook too, man. So
the hook is a verse in itself, man. You know what I'm saying?
and let me tell you this too.
Hook is a verse.
It was part of Malice's verse on FICO. It was a part where it was like I think most people just look at it as a throwaway line because you're so used to rappers nowadays just saying whatever just to kind of fill space.
Yeah.
But there was a rhyme where he was like, let me just pull it up real quick because
Hands through
it was crazy.
Is that it?
Slip out of crumb.
Don't
He was like, hit the turnpike with the running lights that be on in the daytime because K9 sniff out a crumb. Hands 3 and 9 on the wheel as I'm crossing the state line. Dumb diddy dum. That dumb diddy dum part I know went over so many people's heads because you just think he just saying something that rhymed. No, he's painting a picture of him having drugs in the trunk, but he's driving a car, obviously that a drug dealer wouldn't have. Like it's probably just a old Honda Civic, something very unassuming, something that blends in. He says hands 9 and 3.
Yep.
Driving a car like a good citizen, humming dum diddy dum. That imagery is something that you will only get from the Clipse, and you will only get from Malice. Because it paints the picture so well of what he's talking about. And he's talking about stuff that he used to do back in the day. But I think it just those little touches like that, you know what I'm saying? It only is going to come from somebody, number one, who probably actually was doing some of those illegal things. Not to glorify that. We don't glorify those things.
Right.
Stop selling drugs if you're selling drugs.
Don't do it.
But he's painting a picture, and this is the reason why. And so I might clip this up and put the Memphis Bleak. There was a line Memphis Bleak was talking about on one of his podcasts that he was doing. Oh, when he was on Drink Champs, he was talking about how they don't hold Pusha T to the same standard as a Jeezy, as a Rick Ross, or as him. Yeah. Because he was like, he been talking about crack since the early 2000s. He's been talking about drugs since the early 2000s. How come he gets away with it?
Yeah.
But everybody else that does it, they call them repetitive. They say they just rap about the same thing over and over. Right. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why. This is art. It's not just, oh yeah, I was selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? I had the girls in the car and the Ferrari. Like it's not just flashy, just talking trash. It's a film that's just in music form. And you see that. You see it in the imagery that their words make you see. Right. And this is like a perfect line for that. Can you imagine just somebody? Because think about it. You ever since driving school in high school, When was the last time you actually drove like this?
3 and 9.
Nobody does that. But you do
I
that
mean,
because you're trying not to get pulled over. Like
I do it now whenever I see a cop behind. I'm like,
whoa. Your posture
right.
Your posture gets on Viagra.
You living on point.
Viagra postures erect. Just officer. But yeah, bro, crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I mean, shit, man. See now the way that I play the album, I always skip The Birds Don't Sing because I cry every time that song is on. So
me too.
I can't play it no more. Can't play it no more.
I go, nope. Start an album like that. How you even start an album?
That's brave.
I was
That's
like,
brave,
I need to call my father. Man.
Let me
call my
you good, dad. Mom? You good, Mom? Good, Dad.
You know, wow, that's good. And start. Normally, you might have a song like that if the artist is introspective enough to make a song like that.
Right.
But they can put it somewhere in the middle. They can put it toward the end.
Yeah.
Number one song off rip.
Nah.
John Legend singing like he just freed like 10 slaves and like we in freedom now.
Birds
all the soul in his voice.
Birds don't subject matter. Free tonight.
I was like, nigga.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I couldn't. And then it's like Malice's verse, which is so sad. And again, to your point, it's the imagery that they paint. You see it so vividly. What Malice saw when he went into the crib. You know what I'm saying? And what they discovered afterwards, right? So when I play the album, I skip that. The only other song that I skip because it just feels off to me.
Hold on. Don't say nothing.
Okay.
Don't say nothing. And let me see if we matching it. Because we 1 for 1 on the mind mails. The Keep Salad mind mail.
Yeah.
Let me see if we 2 for 2. Because there is only one song that I skip as well. Is it Inglourious Bastards?
I actually like that song, dog.
You do? It sticks out to me, bro. I don't hate it, but it sticks out. I skipped that song.
To me, that's like the epitome of like early Neptune stuff. Yeah. That sounds like re-up gang shit right there. You know what I'm saying? And Avalon's on it right. Now, to me, it's All Things Considered.
All Things Considered. I've been forgiven.
With The Dream.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I can't say, because I confession, I don't like The Dream. I don't like him. I hate it when him and Push.
I don't like how it ends.
Collaborated with him at all either.
Yeah.
On them other albums, when Dark is I forgot the name of that album. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're talking about though. Is that the joint with him and Rick Ross?
No, but it's an album that had. I think it's an album that had Untouchable, Unflappable, Running into 600, Running into 600. I think it was that album that Dream helped them create. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like. I don't like The Dream. So All Things Considered, it's a long song. Like it's not a terrible song. It's just that I don't really like the beat as much. My brother loves it. He was like, what you smoke? I'm like, I can't do it. But again, I'm only skipping number 1 because I cry and I'm tired of crying at this point.
I just want to listen to music.
Right. I just want to hear about drug dealing for once, you know what I'm saying? In a high form, and then All Things Considered, again, great rhyming, the beat, you know what I'm saying? And then The Dream fucks it up for me. But after that, dog, I play it, man. Like Mike Tyson blow to the face is hard. What Pharrell did and Chandeliers on Nas's part was I never knew
so perfect.
I never knew Pharrell had that in his bag. But honestly, I kind of wish they kept the beat from the first part of the song all throughout, because that shit was menacing. You know what I'm saying?
But that was the beat was menacing, but the switch up is so Nas.
Yeah,
That switch up is like Nas bag.
Yeah, man.
I was like, wow. I don't think I've ever heard, because me, like I really love, and this is part of the reason I like Jed's album so much. I like when you got one song and it turns into another song. That is like that's like the music version of a three-way. Whatever. Look, it's just
I
it's
get you.
beautiful.
I get you.
It,
Yeah, I get you.
when it happens,
It's
it's like it's two for one. It's
it's kind
like,
of like what Timberlake did with Justin Timberlake's second albums.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Future
Was
Love,
it
Sex Sounds, whatever, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
every song or every other song had like a tremendous beat switch at like towards the end of the joint. It's like these niggas was snapping him and Daniel Hands. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I think to kind of wrap it up, I think it will get hip hop album of the year just because these niggas is still, promoting the album, which niggas don't do this day. It's like once the album comes out, they say, all right, let's see where it lands. Okay, I did pretty good first week out. It's on to the next thing. These dudes are still doing interviews. They're still doing uh, pop-ups. They're still doing like specialized merch. I know they're doing a lot of shit for Virginia. You know what I'm saying? There was at Virginia Beach. They're doing the Cousins Fest. Like it's their shit, man. The show they did up in New York was fucking epic. Stole God come out. Everybody singing a song, one eye, begging Petty with the one eye closed. I mean, it was phenomenal. And the
I wonder if Fetty
they
walked
ain't
in
done.
jail like hating on that line because it's talking about the fact this nigga only got one eye, or is he happy about the line because the song is blowing
I
up
think
and
it's happy.
it mentions him in it?
I think it's happy, man, because it's because a lot of people didn't even catch that shit. And then what I'm saying, like
You know what I didn't catch? I didn't catch Fetty. Like that's I'm not. I know
I
what
did,
fentanyl is, but
yeah,
I had to Google that. I was like Fetty.
yeah, yeah.
What is?
Back in Fetty with
Oh,
the one eye closed. I'm like, is that a?
fentanyl.
I mean, the album is full of double, triple, quadruple entendres. It does take somebody with a Richard Reed top of level 9 intellect. Like, oh, he meant this, and this. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
again, man, like if y'all get anything from this conversation, just know you see how black boy happy we are from this shit. Like this is what hip hop is supposed to do. It doesn't have to be about all like intricate lyrics, but man, you are supposed to love the shit that your favorite artist is saying. If it's just a bunch of mush that you can really understand, I might have to look at you different. Now, if it's the vibe of the album, which is what everybody, what the young folks like these days, it's just it's about the vibe.
It's
It's
how it
about the
makes you feel. It's
it's
the
the
feeling of it. You know,
vibe,
it's the vibe.
like
I'm
it's cool.
like, but you can have both. This is the thing.
Exactly.
This is what I
Exactly.
don't like, and it's not that the younger generation is stupid. It ain't stupidity. It's ignorance. It's like it's a situation where you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And it's like I can see how some of the newer music that's just kind of vibey, it ain't really lyrical at all. Some
Mhm.
of it is cool because maybe it got a nice beat, or maybe the hook is really dope in it.
Right.
If you in a mood to dance, this is perfect for that. Or you just want to chill out, it might be mellow, and good for that. But there's also another side of rap to where you can have very lyrical rap, and you could have somebody say something and they can say one line and it can mean like four different things. Like that's intricate. That's another level of talent. So sometimes it's like I feel like you got to stretch yourself as a person as listening to music and listen to a variety of things, and then once you got an appreciation for everything, then decide what's cool and what's not. Like y'all just be like, oh, it's different. It's not what's popular right now, so it got to be whack. Like, go back. Listen to some music from the 70s. That's what I did when I was in my early 20s.
Oh yeah, me
It
too.
turns out I'm a Marvin Gaye fan. Love Marvin Gaye.
Right.
But if it won't Jay-Z and American Gangster, the American Gangster album, him sampling
Mm,
Marvin Gaye in 3 or 4 songs, I would
okay.
have went back and listened to it. Like I think the younger generation needs to do some of that.
What's funny? I blame my second semester of college. I remember just hanging out with some potheads, man, and all they would play, but they would smoke was like old 70s and 60s music, man. You don't know about this?
Nice.
Let me play some of this, some of that, some stacks, some Marvin Gaye,
young
some
blood. You know, there's a call it young blood.
but nah, but they were like my age though. You know what I'm
They
saying?
was our age. Okay.
College. I was in college, man. But
they put you on.
they would smoke and play that shit. And then my boy Joel put me on to MF Doom. I'm like, where was I when this was out? You know what I'm saying? So I blame college, man. But kids got, well, I know our kids got so much access to so much stuff, but it's like, they're just trying to, figure out their ear for music. I would say in our day, to sound old as hell, we had a better appreciation for our ear in music because we had so much music that sounded different. From it was more regional back then, and there was some greats coming out of everywhere on the map for the most part, man. But yeah, man, to close my part though, man, overall, Clipse done an impeccable job on this album. I do wonder if they're going to do it deluxe. I don't think so, but I think that'll be fly. And to this day, dog, I'm still buying merch. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I did get this. Nice. It came with a shirt and CD. I ain't never gonna play the CD and fucking anything in the house. But
never.
But I got it, man. I got it.
Nice.
But also, I brought my brother a vinyl, and I got 2 other vinyls coming around my way. They both look different. So I do plan on getting a turntable so I can play it officially, like a fucking old head would. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, when your product is right, selling merch like this is priceless. Even if you don't play it, it's just the fact that you're supporting your artists, and I bet you $1 that they would rather you buy their shit like this physical than to stream it, because streaming shit don't really pay. But when you go out there, you put your dollars down and it goes to the artist, man, trust me, they will appreciate it. And with an album like this, it is going to stand the test of times for shit years to come. Shit, even Joe Budden said like yo, this album should be put like in the museum somewhere. It's that special.
It's that good. It's really that good. I think and I was hoping to get a whole verse. Man, me too. If they got a whole verse, I would be ready to forget waiting 5 or 10 years and letting it marinate for 5 or 10 years. I would be ready to call this a top 10 rap album of all time. Like I would be ready to say that after a month of it being out, if it was a whole verse.
I think
now I gotta wait 5 or 10 years, come back to it again, and see. But yeah, man, this album is as close to perfect as you can get. I can't see getting closer to perfection in this album.
Yeah, man. I mean,
again,
it's for hip hop. You're a rapper, hip hop, man. Off of that, man. What's not hip hop?
Drake
throwing dildos at the WNBA game. It's not hip hop at all.
It's funny though. Of all things you could throw on the court, like we're gonna throw. So for those who don't know, it's been like 4 or 5 different occasions, different junctures of WNBA games. A fake dick throwing fan of WNBA games is throwing green or purple
multicolored
dildos onto the court. Why did they chose to do it? I don't know. But it's happening. This is not made up. This is 100% real. Why do you think that they are throwing these dildos on WNBA floors, man?
Before I get into this kind of sidebar here. So there's a cryptocurrency meme coin called Green Dildo Coin who claims that they're behind this dildo throwing, but
the dildo terrorist is claiming responsibility.
The 2 people that were arrested was like, nah, we don't know shit about that. But it's a ploy to inflate a meme coin so they can, do a rug pull when it, when it's, when it gets to a certain point to sell, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's my little sidebar. But as of to why this is being done, dog, I have no fucking idea. It's just the oddest thing because WNBA has been around for so long, and this hasn't happened before. I think the only reason why this could be happening is just that there's so much talk about the players wanting more money, and there's a lot of red pill guys. It's like, they don't deserve a fucking cent. They just got to get a second job, some shit like that.
It's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
It's true. Devil's advocate. It's true.
Yeah,
it is true. They don't. We will get back to the dildos, but I gotta say this, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this, and it was funny because I think it was Candace Parker. It was if it wasn't Candace Parker, it was another great, WNBA player. Was like, y'all came to the All-Star game, the WNBA All-Star game, right?
Right.
And they wore these shirts. I don't know if you saw it before the All-Star game. The shirts was like, pay us what you owe us, or pay us what we deserve, or something like that. And then they go on to the All-Star game and put on the worst performance that I've ever seen. I mean, niggas at LA Fitness would have put on a better show than that. Dude, people taking 3-pointers, air balls, missing layups,
right?
Turnover. It was a horribly played basketball game, right? Okay. So pay us more. They're not profitable. They've never been profitable.
Heard about
How
that?
do you get paid at all when your league doesn't make a profit? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. The only reason that they're actually still around is the NBA subsidizes the WNBA.
Okay.
They give money so that the WNBA can continue and continue to run. But it's like, come on, bro. I don't know. But anyway, that's my rant. They don't deserve more. They deserve exactly what they get. That's that rant over. Now, back to the dildos. Niggas is throwing dildos on the court, my nigga. Like, and this is the bad part about it. It got so bad that at one of the games, they had to institute a no bag policy. So
I heard about that. Right.
But yet the dildos still made it to the floor in that game, my nigga.
Question.
The dildos.
How?
It begs the question, how did they get the dildo in, my nigga?
Wait. You mean it pegs the question? Is that what you mean?
Yo, this is the dedication. Like, you know what? I can't get this dildo in through normal means.
How am I going to do it?
I'm going to do what I got to do. Just
it pegs the question. How am I going to bring this up in here?
It pegs the question.
It pegs the question.
Bro, I'm not that dedicated to the gag, my nigga.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen. This is the worst thing though, because I thought this was very, very disrespectful by one of the WNBA players. The girl got so fed up with the dildos on the court in the middle of the game. When the dildo flopped on the court, she like kicked it to the sideline. But when she kicked it to the sideline, it hit the cameraman that was down on the court. So can you imagine going into a WNBA game as a cameraman and you just want to make enough money on your side gig to feed your family, keep the lights on, and somebody kicks a purple dildo to hit you in your chest?
You know what? I think the opposite. I think he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get a raise now because I'm, this is right by my foot now. So let me pan to it. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm gonna go viral. I'm gonna go viral.
Freaky ass.
Not a freak. I'm thinking nigga, bigger. You know what I'm saying? News networks are probably like, this game is just okay, but shit, somebody kicking a dildo by my cameraman. Hey, camera number 2, pin down. Watch that joint. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not for violence against women, but I feel like, bro, if somebody kicks a dildo at you and it hits you in your chest, and it's not like it was a box. Like if somebody threw like a box, boom,
Yeah.
and on the front of it, it's a picture of a dildo. So you would assume this is a new dildo in a box. This is a dildo out the box. So we don't know if this is a fresh dildo from the nasty
True.
store up the street. This
True.
could be a dirty used dildo
Ooh,
that has
nasty.
been in unspeakable places.
Nasty. I mean,
Unspeakable.
you got a point there. You got a point there. If it
Hit you in
was
your
a
chest.
used, dirty
Yeah.
dildo,
I was
then
like, look,
I
man,
would put
we
disrespect.
got to fight. We got to box at this point because you
Right.
hit me with a probably dirty dildo. We got to box.
But
Man.
listen,
You got
man.
to.
I mean,
What Dave Chappelle say? Remember Dave Chappelle was like he fought a girl, but he didn't know it was a girl because she was like so like big. He was like, yo, he tenderized them titties like chicken cutlets. To see somebody do a taboo with some giant breasts. We don't condone violence against women, but don't be kicking dildos at cameraman chest. That's
don't
wild.
bring the dildos to the game. It's just,
but it is kind of funny though.
It's funny. It's wrong, but it's funny.
It's wrong and hilarious,
but it's funny. Now, on the flip side, right?
Flippity flop.
Can you imagine if somebody brought a pocket to the NBA men's game? What's worse, the dildo or the pocket?
I don't know. I don't feel like the pocket is that funny though, because it's like penises is just funny in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like a vagina is just like, you know, it's neat, it's there, it's an any, it's compact, efficient. It's like a penis just gives itself to comedy more easily than a
so
vagina
much,
does.
right? Yeah.
Because you think about it, you throw it. Can you just imagine this noodle flying in the air in slow motion? And it crashes. It has to flop on the ground. Like it's just, I don't know. It's just funny. Penis is
man. Yeah, man.
It is what it is, man.
I'll say this, man. Again, it's wrong, but it's funny. But off that, you know who can't take a joke? Ari Lennox.
CMARON.
Ari Lennox can't take a joke. She's been, you know, she's been on the internets, you know, talking about Martin the First, how, you know, there were, you know, now that she watches it, is, you know, there's more colorism in it, and she ain't here for it, and, you know, people roast her, you know, she kind of doubled down, 10 toes down on that, and now she don't like some of Bernie Mac's jokes. And I say this, right now, I get it, you know, some jokes back then were full of colorful commentary, you know, to say the least, right? But at the end of the day, there were jokes. There weren't harmful jokes. There weren't demeaning jokes. They were just jokes for a different time. There was plenty of shit that was done comedic wise back in the 80s and 90s that you can't do now. And I hate the fact that people are trying to like change history, or, you know, trying to point out just the oh so negative. But us coming up, it could be one or two ways. It could be that we were just, you know, prisoners of that time where, you know, it didn't really bother us. You know, we thought, you know, everything was funny. But also too, you know, maybe there is a bit of that, but in a show like Martin, you know, when he's constantly ragging on Pam, you know, her comment, you know, like, you know, her saying like, you know, well, him saying to her like, picking on her because she was brown and his girl was light skinned, you know, calling her like BDBs. You know what I'm saying? I never knew BDBs meant like, you know, was something derogatory just towards chocolate or brown people, not light skinned people. I thought it was for everybody. Anybody that is black. You have messed up here in the back. We call you BDBs. Don't matter what color you was.
Gen Z, because this is her just being young and not knowing as much as she could know if she had been here a little bit longer.
Yeah,
it's BDBs. Is talking. talking to, you know how it is. Like you got these like little naps on the back of your head.
The kitchen
That's
ain't right.
the kitchen. Like clean up your kitchen. Go
Yeah.
mind your kitchen. That is not something just for dark skinned women. That's something
Yeah.
for black women in general.
Period.
Like really black people in general, man. Because if you a black man and you got a shortcut and you get out to your bed and your hair is looking like Kevin Durant, they can be like, nigga, go brush your hair. Like what? Like this is not. It's like people looking for outrage where outrage doesn't belong, and I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like that. Now I will say this:
Mhm.
you see it all the time in black shows to where the love interest usually is a light skinned woman.
Right.
You see that, and
Yeah.
that is definitely colorism.
Oh yeah.
That is definitely colorism.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it like on the show Martin, the character Gina and the character Pam, just seeing what these two actresses have done, that's good casting for the character because Gina can get loud, like especially you see her like now, you know, she has that ability to snap and to be loud
Yeah.
and to be animated, but she can't do it on the level that Tashina Arnold can do. So Tashina Arnold is perfectly cast in that role. I would say the role of Pam, as far as comedy, was a little bit more demanding as opposed to the role of Gina. Gina can be like the straight man. She don't got to be the comedian. She can be the straight man to Martin's crazy. But to play the character of Pam, you got to be able to go toe to toe with Martin. Like you saw like
for sure
how animated Tashina could be, and you know what I'm saying, just the different voice inflections and her dancing around. She was perfect for that role.
Man.
So I think Ari is definitely off on this one, especially when you consider this thing. First and foremost, they never mention her complexion.
Never.
Not even one time did they mention her complexion. That's first and foremost. Second, everybody on the show had a love affair with Pam. Martin in a dream.
Okay.
Tommy actually dated her in the show.
Yeah.
And Cole loved her all the way up until the last season when he got his own stupid girlfriend. And I mean stupid. She was the dumbest person on the show. You know what I'm saying? So are we really saying that the show Martin is anti dark skinned women? I don't really think so. The jokes that were going against Pam, I think we all knew that when you're talking about roasting, if you're gonna roast somebody who is gorgeous, you gotta make up some outrageous stuff. Like even if they breath don't stink, you gotta say they breath stink.
Yeah.
Even if they like overtly feminine, you gotta, you know, be like, yo, you a manly monster. Like that's just because, come on, what I'm a,
you're
your
roasting.
milk chocolate skin is so flawless. That's not really a, you know what I'm saying?
It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Like, girl, Cleopatra ain't got nothing on. That's not really. It's not really a joke. You know why it's cool and it is what it is. Married with Children, which I just started watching again. By the way, classic show. Shout out to Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy, love the show.
Yeah.
The same way that Pam rags on Martin, Martin rags on Pam's the same way that Al Bundy rags on Marcy. The friend of your wife or whatever,
exactly.
Like and they go back and forth.
Just the right version of it, exactly.
Yes, that's all that it is. It's called. It's what the Italians call breaking balls. Okay, I'm just breaking your balls.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
man. People trying to make it something that it's not. I don't like that. Come on, Eric.
You know what? Charlamagne always said, which I think is so true. If Malcolm X was alive in this day, when he went from Red to Malcolm X, the internet would have let him evolve. You know what I'm saying? They would constantly bring up, but you was a pimp before you became Muslim, before you became a devout Muslim. You know what I'm saying? They will just look at the wrongs that you did instead of the right that you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about Ari in a sense. Now, again, she can feel the way that she feels, but I think because of the era that we watched it. And again, one, we haven't seen uh what's her name? Tachina, the actress that plays Pam, you
Gina
know,
Carano.
she never, came out at any point and said like, hey, I think these jokes are too specific about my color. Never
Yeah.
once said it. Never once said it. She
On
even said
top
like,
of that too, if she because you kind of do that, not you, but people, the whole Michael Blackson has made a career off of talking, people joking him about being so black and him joking himself about being so black. He's made a whole career of it. There was not one dark skinned joke on Martin, especially when you consider the fact Martin and her are like the same, pretty much the same complexion. Like
right,
her, Martin, Tom. I think
right,
Cole was like a little bit lighter, and obviously Gina is light skinned, but there was never once mentioned her complexion. Not one
yeah,
time.
yeah. Before I go, man, off of this topic, there was, I don't know why, but one day I'm on Instagram, or I think it was on Twitter. Somebody posted this clip of when Martin was in like a DMV or somewhere signing papers, right? And there was
Yeah.
this tall dude wearing like a purple or green jacket, and he goes,
Bentley,
"Oh,
shout out Bentley Cal Evans,
I think that's him."
one of the writers on the show, Bentley Cal
Yeah,
Evans.
and he called Martin Almody Joy or something like that, man. And the way that he said it, it almost caused Martin to like crack up because he was so, just so extra with it, man. Like
Yeah,
dog, that show has so many classical moments, funny moments. Like that was like a roast session. Like you want to see a show about roasting, or if you don't know what that is, that right there is the perfect show that shows you how to roast amongst friends. You know what I'm saying? But great show, Ari baby. I understand that.
get help, get
I
help,
don't think
man.
it's gonna get hope. I think it's just that maybe you don't like comedy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think it's that.
Maybe you don't
I,
like black comedy because some of our jokes, I don't want to say come at the expense of us racking on each other, but our jokes are different in the sense that, like, yeah, we do have, the dark skin jokes, the light skin jokes, and sometimes, those can go too far. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Bernie Mac or Martin had that in mind to be so specific about it to the point where it's like damaging on how we view each other. But hey, she can feel that way. I don't agree. I just think that these jokes is what kind of raised us, and to this day, I don't view light skin is better than dark skin, or dark skin is just it's so much more uglier than than other shades of the color. There are some
yeah.
people that think that light is bright, dark is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But uh, I never got, like, even looking at it now, watching it now, I don't get that sense from Martin or Bernie Mac.
Not even a little bit. And the reason I say she need to get some help is because I think Ari was a person who maybe she got joked on when she was younger. Maybe
It
she
could
was
be,
like
could be.
a what do they call it? A late bloomer. Maybe she
Yeah,
wasn't considered beautiful by classmates. Maybe she didn't feel beautiful when she was young. And now she's this big star, because and we all see the glow up and everything like that. But I think she got some unprocessed stuff because to say
mm,
I don't like how Martin was getting on. That's such a projection to me. That screams I'm projecting how I feel about me or how I
mm,
was treated onto a show and situation that ain't got nothing to do with you. So I
right.
I really think she need to talk to somebody professionally to try to hash out these feelings. Go see a therapist. It's 2025 now. There's no 10, 15 years ago, there was a big stigma. And if you told
Oh yeah,
people that you were
yeah,
seeing somebody professionally, like, oh damn, you crazy. What's wrong with you? Why you that C word, the crazy word was thrown around a lot.
yeah,
If you was seeing
yeah.
some, I feel like it's not like that no more. Shout out to Charlemagne the God for really putting out there, like, seek therapy. It's okay to talk to somebody, blah,
It's
blah,
okay.
blah, mental
Yeah.
health awareness. He was big in the culture for pushing that.
Oh
I
yeah.
disagree with a lot of stuff he talks about because that's another show, but that's something I think he got right, and I'm gonna give him his cigars for that.
Right.
But I think she need to talk to somebody, man, because Pam, though, the love interest of everybody on the show
Including
at
me.
different points.
Including me, man. I love me some
And we
Pam.
all love Pam. Everybody thought
Yeah.
Pam was good. How many?
Beautiful.
Let me ask you this real quick before we get off this topic. How many times did you hear somebody say, "Yo, Martin with Gina"? But if I had the choice between the two, I'm taking Pam. How many
Yeah.
times have you heard that?
Yeah,
Because
man.
I've heard it 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, it is what it is.
There we go, man. Um, I'm gonna say this too, man. You know, we're speaking about jokes. We're speaking about, you know, can you take a joke? I think it's safe to say that Cameron, Mr. Blam You Down with the Bam, you know, Mr. Cam, Mr. Flea, Mr. It is what it is, Mr. Mr. You know, I will set up a fake a fake
Yeah.
movie and I will sign my ops to a fake ass movie because you started it, I'm gonna finish it in the most epic way. Can you give us a breakdown of what Cameron did to Omar Gooding?
When I tell you what Cameron did to Omar Gooding is super villain origin story
It is.
level pettiness.
Right. Right.
It all started I don't know how long ago it was, but Cameron was on his platform talking about how there's certain black actors who aren't getting the work like maybe they should because it's not a lot of work to go around for black
Mm-hmm.
actors. And he was like, "There's take Omar Gooding Jr. for example, as a person who doesn't get work maybe as much as he should because he's a talented actor."
Right.
He called him Omar Gooding Jr. His name is Omar Gooding. He's
Right.
not a junior.
Yeah.
Omar Gooding's brother is Cuba Gooding Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So Cameron just misspoke. You know, you got two famous brothers, you know, they both actors. It can happen. Omar Gooding, shout out to Wild and Crazy Kids, Nickelodeon, you know.
Right.
He didn't like that. He took it as a slight and
Mm-hmm.
proceeds to make not one, but like 3 different diss tracks
Yeah.
to Cameron. Cameron was like, okay, all right. So they go back and forth a little bit. Cameron finds out how much it costs to cast Omar Gooding.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron sets up a fake movie with the producer, with the director, and says, Omar, we want you to be in. He's not talking directly, but through intermediaries,
Oh yeah.
he gets
Yeah.
Omar out there to shoot a scene shirtless in a movie that will never come out. And it's so deep, pause. It's so deep because not only did he pay Omar, but he also had Omar to fill out all the paperwork
Oh man.
that allows him to keep all the footage from Omar shooting scenes for this movie that will never come out. It will never see the light of day.
So wrong.
He paid Omar, I think what was it like
7,500. So, yeah, something like that.
And plus he flew him out to Miami.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, like, that's like, I've never seen anybody go to the depths to prank somebody as what Cameron just did. Now, Omar tried to spin it because I guess that's the only thing you can do. He was like, thank you, Cameron. You gave me $7,500. I got a free trip to Miami. You flew me out to Miami. You got me a hotel room. I'm chilling in Miami for 3 or 4 days. I get $7,500. You up, Omar, but at the same time, nah, bro. Like the optics is bad, man. The optics is really bad. Like, he got you. But this is the thing, though. On top of that, Omar actually can rap a little bit. I don't know if you heard some of the diss songs.
Not yet.
He's actually all right. That's what make it bad. But it's like, yo, nah, Cam got you overall. Like that's, bro. That's
listen, man. I think if you gave this premise to 50 Cent, it'll be like 10 times more epic. But what Cam has done, man, again, this is like Dr. Doom-esque villainy right
This
now.
is reverse Flash.
Right.
I went back in time and made sure that your mom and dad never met.
Right. Right.
Now I went
That's
back in
how much
time.
I hate you. You know what I'm saying?
I went back in time to the night that you were conceived, and at the speed of light, I took your father out, and I put myself right there, and I impregnated your mom. So actually, I'm your father. Like crazy,
Right.
super villain level stuff. That's what CMARON is on, bro.
Ugh.
Like this.
Listen, man.
That's filthy, man.
You know what? This is the type of funny I can get behind because nobody got hurt, right? Nobody got hurt. It's just
It's like it's embarrassing, but at the
it
same
is.
time, he got paid.
He
You
did.
know?
He get paid
Would you, let me
7,500.
ask you this: would you be willing to deal with this level of embarrassment for like seven racks? This level of embarrassment, I personally no, not for 7,000.
If you're desperate, if you need that money for whatever bill you need, then you would take it and you would suffer the humiliation later on. But if I need 7,500 plus, I'm getting a trip and a hotel, my nigga. You might want to do that. Like I'm getting a free trip for a fake movie. Yeah, y'all may put me for a while. But
see, that's the thing though. I don't think it's gonna be for a while. It's gonna be 10 years later. And so you go in your mind, this is gone. You ain't gonna be thinking about it. But some random jackass, you gonna be posting a picture of a new car you bought or your trip to Aruba. Yeah. Like, yo, God is good. Look what God did for me. Somebody gonna be in the comments. Hey, remember that time 10 years ago, nigga, where you thought you was gonna be in a movie, but they ain't never come out? Like, nigga, he's gonna have to deal with that.
You got tricked, nigga.
Nigga, he got you.
You know what? You know he's gonna be on Vlad, right? And I know Vlad is gonna say, "Hey, buddy, so CMARON, he
Vlad, man.
He kind of got you there, huh? You know, so can you tell me more about that? You know, so I'm quite sure Vlad is probably hitting him up right now, like, dog, you gotta come on my show. We gotta talk about this.
So wait, is it Cam coming up there or Omar?
Omar's coming up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think him and Vlad and Vlad and Cam is on cool terms, but I know Omar is for sure. So yeah, I think we're going to see a Vlad interview pretty soon, man. You know what I mean? And I would love to hear what he has to say about it and how Vlad is going to do his shit, talk over his guests, and you know, put in his 2 cents about him to the story. So yeah, man, it's again, man, perfect prank. Perfect. That was Chef's Kiss prank. You know what I'm saying? Even though it would have been even more painful if he didn't get paid like the full amount or some shit. But I guess with the paperwork, you had to. You know, I think what would make it even more diabolical is if they had like a fake ass trailer for it, a commercial for it. You know what I'm saying? Like dog, that would be even worse, man. Just put the knife in the back slow. You know what I'm saying? Ugh.
Yeah, that's nasty work, man. Nasty work.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is.
It's what it is, man.
I think you got anything else?
That's it, man. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming on to the live. We're going to plan on doing these more in the future. Stay tuned to our Instagram because that is where you would know when we are going to go live and the times and where to go, all that good stuff, you know. And if you have any questions for the next pod, hey, you know, make sure to leave in comments in our Instagram post or even here for the next time that we record. That was it.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode of the Geek Salad Podcast. Y'all be safe out there. I'm Arye the King.
I'm Big G, the Bearded One. Peace.